Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 296. A couple of stars still on the market. I'm Nick, and we have Harrison tonight. How are we doing, Harrison,
Fan-
besides getting dumped on?
yeah, fantastic. We're getting 24 inches of snow and we're at -8 degrees, but otherwise, we're fantastic. Couldn't be any better.
Yeah, well,
You know.
down here in North Carolina, we're not any better, really. We got 2 inches of snow and 2 inches of ice. So, we'll be shut down for a month and a half. You guys will be up and at 'em tomorrow. So, that's the difference down here than up there. But man, oh
Yeah.
man, the
It-
roads are brutal down here. I drove home from work and it was not great.
yeah, as somebody who's traveled around the country for work in my past life, I everybody wants to talk about how tough they are because they live in the Northeast with all the cold and snow, but we're prepared for it up here. We got the equipment, like we know what to do. Down when you get into the Carolinas, you get in the South, like you guys don't have plow trucks. Like you're it's the Wild West down there when it comes to snow. You got nothing to deal with it.
Yeah, and even the one plow truck we have, or half a plow truck, I don't even
Yeah.
really know. Like it just sits on top of the ice and just doesn't push anything. It's like, dude, why are you out here?
It's a
Just
giant
go
ice
home.
skate.
Yeah, it's incredible. So yeah, we're safe. Hope everyone's safe. But yeah, we got some baseball to talk about. Not too much on the news front here, but we do have some key talking points. So before we get going, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links in our link tree at the top of all of our social media pages. So if you do any shopping for these companies or through these companies, please do it through our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. We also have Rounding Third merch on Etsy, Rounding Third Baseball. You just search it. We got t-shirts, sweatshirts, tumblers, phone cases. We got a whole bunch of stuff on there. Just another great way to support the show. And also on Patreon, it's kind of an exclusive club. You can come become a member. You can be a free member, paid member that helps support the show a little bit more. But that is where we tell you about exclusive guests. You will be the first to know. We also have exclusive chats going on there and special shows. So check us out on Patreon. Search Rounding Third. All right. Here we go. This was the quote unquote big news of the week. Jose Ramirez signs his second extension with the Guardians. 7 years, 175 million. What was it? 40 deferred, 70 deferred?
70 million deferred.
Okay. So they also restructured the previous remaining contract and he's receiving more perks, which is like behind the scenes stuff where it's like free tickets to away games or home games, the suite.
Yeah, he gets a second hotel room. He gets once a year private jet transportation to anywhere he wants to go. He gets upgraded amenities for the All-Star game. He's got all kinds of tiers of bonuses that are layered in there for the various awards and where he ranks. And it's an interesting contract, just kind of full of goodies.
Yeah, which is cool and all, but will the Guardians do anything with this restructuring, or is it the same old, same old?
I mean, we heard Jose Ramirez get angry about the fact that he'd taken the hometown discount. They hadn't done anything with it. And I think rightfully so. He had taken a discount to help them build, and they were not investing to what he thought was enough. I do think that deferring 70 million again shows that Jose Ramirez is trying to give them the payroll flexibility they need to build around him, because the clock is ticking. He's not going to be there forever. So I think this is a great deal for the Guardians. I think it's a great deal for Jose Ramirez to have that level of security and comfort, knowing that he's going to be an Indian probably till the very end. But the Guardians now need to do something around him before his time is up. They owe that to him now.
Does he get the invite to Rounding Third chat to the Guardians games? I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome. He's welcome anytime.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I just again, I don't see the Guardians doing anything. They've never been big spenders ever since really the 90s. They
spent pretty good in the 90s and early 2000s, and then they kind of stopped.
Yeah, I can't remember the last marquee free agent that they've even been in conversations with, let alone be close to signing them either. So, I mean, good for Jose Ramirez, like you said, having a foundation, not going anywhere. His family's been solid for looks like it's going to be the 20 years of his career. Um, no doubt, I think this is something that fans like to see. We like to see the guys stay on the same team, not chase the bag, and have some team loyalty. And this dude's got a lot of loyalty because the Guardians haven't helped him out at all. Have they been competitive? Yeah, the Guardians have been competitive, but they haven't done anything to help put them over the top.
No, I mean they had that nice playoff run in 24. Clearly were outmatched, but they were they were a legitimate playoff contender. They were a team that in theory could have made a World Series run. But this is not the team that's going to go out and sign a free agent like a Juan Soto or some sort of big name when they hit the market. J Ram is the guy. He's the number one there. He's going to be the highest paid guy there, and they're going to build around him with pieces. Now, in 24, we saw that could work, that they could be a competitive team with pieces, but you need young guys to hit. You need all these things to happen to create that sort of momentum. Could they do it again? Sure, but they're not going to buy their way into a World Series like they did back in the 90s. This is a much more restrained front office.
Yeah, it is a very much build within and hope they're good enough to get us there.
Yep.
So,
yep. And J Ram is the cornerstone. I'd like to see them give him a couple of good runs here where they've got a shot to win something, because you don't see a lot of lifers like this. Joey Votto is the last one we saw. But these guys are few and far between. The guy that's going to make this kind of commitment, leave that kind of money on the table, they at least owe it to him to build something around him.
Yeah, we're top 3 third baseman, if not the best third baseman in the game right now.
Yeah, he's definitely in the top few. And he's already, and when it comes to Cleveland Indians / Guardians history, he's in the top 3 of pretty much everything already. That guy is going to be the record book for that organization when he retires.
Oh yeah, we got 7 more years to rack up hits, and I think he's just off the top 5 list in most career hits for that organization. So
yeah, and he's top 3 for everything else. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
no doubt.
He will be the record book.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cleveland Guardians record book. You just have the cover of Jose Ramirez, the rest of it empty, because you don't need anything else.
Offensively, he'll be the guy.
If he's the ambassador, does that mean Bob Feller can retire? Most likely. But
yeah, I think the difference is Jose Ramirez doesn't have the outgoing personality that some of those guys like Avado, like Feller have. J Ram's a pretty quiet dude, but he has been the face of that franchise for a while and will continue to be.
Yeah. Curtis, great point. They have 4 A hitters around him. Vogt is making miracles on that squad, and he is. Yep. And even when Frank Kona was there, they didn't have a juggernaut either. They had some nice pieces, but they didn't have a juggernaut.
No,
he was kind of doing the same thing. Yep, exactly. Well, and that's true too. It's still a lot of money for a guy his age as well, right? 300 and 175 isn't going to change his life much either way. It's one more speedboat, or it's you know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It's not much of a difference. Rich is rich.
Yeah. Well, and keep in mind too, this is a guy who's only like 6 months older than Alex Bregman, and Bregman just got 5 years for 175. I would say, given where the market is, this is actually a probably at market or slightly below market deal.
But this just shows loyalty could pay.
Yeah.
If you're good enough and you show loyalty to your organization, you're going to have a longer career. And if you're an older guy afraid of getting pushed out eventually, like we said, Alex Bregman, who knows what the next 5 years looks like. If he stinks it up in the bottom 2, then he's going to look like Justin Turner, right? Love Justin Turner, not trying to slight his game at all.
No.
But he's going to go Red Sox, then the Blue Jays, then the Cubs, then he's going to have to hop around to try to find a job. And it may be there, it may not be. So, like you said, he's left so much money on the table where he can ask the Guardians straight up, I want to play till I'm 40. I don't want to leave Cleveland. And again, I'll take a little bit of a pay cut, but you got to put the years on.
Yeah, and let's think about this for a second. He's had 6 straight years in the top 10 in MVP voting. He's had 6, 7, 8 of the last 9 top 10 MVP voting. And in the last 5 seasons, so basically 21 on, he's played 152, 157, 156, 158, and 158 games.
Yep.
You can basically set your clock by Jose Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
Bregman can't say that. None of these other guys can say that. This guy is out there every freaking day putting up MVP caliber numbers every single season.
Almost 40-40 every year.
Yeah. To me, this deal is a steal because if you give Bregman 5 years, 175, I mean, holy cow. And Bregman can't get on the field anymore.
Right. And John, this is another good point, right? Sign guys while you can before the market dictates what you don't want to pay. Yeah, exactly. Sign him before he even gets to free agency. You work with him, you give him the perks, you give him the years, and he stays in Cleveland for life. So
cool.
Absolutely love that.
Exactly. Lock them up before they get a chance to test the market. And that's why these young guys are getting 8 and 9 year deals before they hit arbitration. Lock them up early.
Yeah, and why do you want to deal with that arbitration mess anyways? If you can lock them up and not have to deal with arbitration at all, I mean, that's the way I would try to go with all my young players that I know are going to work out. Like, let's just go to an extension now. Because, like, Bobby Witt, imagine what his arbitration would be looking like. We'd be talking about, like, the Scooble numbers up here again, right? If he had to go to arbitration. But Royals were smart, extended him early. And they're probably going to extend him again. I see Bobby Witt staying in KC, barring a massive trade at some point in his career. I see him staying in KC for his entire career as well.
Yeah, I agree. There are guys that just want to be in a certain place and they found the right fit and they want to hang out and ask Scooble how arbitration's going right now. I mean these young guys, they got a chance to hook on and get that comfort and knowing they're going to be there a long time. And even these veteran guys, like we heard it from Bregman. I just want to know that I'm going to go somewhere and stay there. Like, I just want that commitment. And I think to some of these guys, because they are people, they do have families, knowing that you're going to be there for the long term is nice. These guys that go season by season that are living out of hotel rooms or cheap apartments or whatever they can find, that's a tough way to live. Or you leave your family in one place. They talked to Alex Cora on that Netflix special. And for years, his family was living in Puerto Rico, and he would travel around during the Major League season. He wouldn't see them more than a couple times a summer. And then he'd come home in the off season. Like, that's a crappy way to live.
Yeah, it's tough. Absolutely. All right. Geno, Suarez, and Luis Arraez still on the market. So we got Geno with all power, no contact, and we have Arraez with all contact, no power. Where do they end up, Harrison? And I know this is kind of a long shot. Arraez, I don't have any idea where he's going to latch on. Let's start with Geno, and then we'll get to Arraez. Where do you see Geno landing?
Boy, I thought it was going to be between the Reds, the Mariners, the Red Sox. I thought really those 3 teams would be the ones that kind of covered it. Right now, there's like little to no rumor about what's going on with him. The D-backs obviously are no longer an option. They made their trade with Arenado, so there's no reunion there. I don't know where Geno goes. I'm not sure what market is left for him. I do still think the Red Sox are a good option. I do still think the Mariners could be a good option. I don't think the Mariners are going to spend the money, so I still feel like the Red Sox are going to make a run at him. So I'll say that the Red Sox are still a strong contender. But at this point, there's not a lot of seats left.
No, I'm with you. I think the Red Sox make the most sense to me. And that's not me trying to be a homer here and saying that I want him on the Red Sox, because I mean, I kind of do. Like, give me those 40 home runs at Fenway. But I don't know if the Red Sox are going to spend. I don't know I can't even tell you what the market's going to be. Captain, this is, I don't think, a bad idea either. This would be a great to replace Hayes.
Yeah, the Pirates have been circling for like a month, but there's been no real movement. So I'd love to see him go to the Pirates. That'd be fantastic. I think somebody's got to make a move.
Yeah. I mean, somebody will. I mean, there are, like you said, a couple spots still open for him. For me, the Red Sox have to at this point. We've been looking for the right-handed power bat for years. Just sign the dude, sign the man. There's enough contact in the rest of that Red Sox lineup that you can just be like, hey, Geno, just rock back and let it rip. Like we don't care. Right? The rest of this lineup's got you. Just sit back and try to launch, please. That's all we're paying you for. And he plays a solid D. So I bring him to Fenway. I mean, you're laughing here. I know this is kind of a joke, but if the Rockies are making trades, they signed a free agent, I mean, if you want to, whatever. But you signed Jake McCarthy. If these guys end up, getting closer to spring training, their market is going to start trending down, right? Because they're like, I just need to get on a team here. I just need to sign. They're going to start calling the Colorado Rockies. They're going to start calling the Florida Marlins. Like, hey, I don't care what the deal is. I'll 1 in 10. Like, just give me a 1-year deal for 10. Just let me come in and prove it. Like, these guys that market's going to go down and they're going to sign for cheap. But I don't know. Like you said, there's no rumbling. So I can't even venture a guess on years and money.
No. And I think the problem with the Pirates, back to Captain's point, is I think the Pirates have been circling for a long time because I still think there's that resistance of, do I really want to go there? Is there a better option? Because again, Geno's 35. I think he's looking to go somewhere where he can win. And I don't know that anybody's convinced the Pirates are ready to win. Will they be a better team this year? Yeah, they'll be a better team than they were last year, but are they going to win? I mean, 500 would be an upgrade. But
yeah,
I think for Geno, I think he's happy to sit around and wait for a better option, unless one doesn't come. So
yeah,
I'd love to see the Reds go get him. I still think the Red Sox make a lot of sense. He'd be great with the Pirates if he wants to go there. I don't know. And I think the Mariners are basically done, so I don't think that door's open anymore either.
Yeah. Curtis, this is a good point. Like, I'll take Arraez, a 2-time batting champion that can't get a job. Baseball is not serious. Now, as much as I agree with that, right? He's won the batting title 2 or 3 times. Did he win it in Minnesota too? I think Minnesota.
He won 3 on 3 different teams, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. But either way, what's crazy about Arraez is his OBP is lower than his batting average. Like, let that sink in for a little bit.
Yeah, Minnesota, Miami, San Diego, 3 in a row.
Okay, so you got 3 in a row, right? Like, his OBP is almost lower than his batting average, which is crazy. Like, he's got so much contact in his game that he doesn't walk. He doesn't get on base when he doesn't get a hit. It's either a hit or back to the dugout. That's it with Arraez. Like, his game is very unique, especially in today's game. So, again, but I'll take a guy that's hitting 310 in today's game. Sign me up. I'll do it. Defensively,
awful.
He's
right. Awful.
Like, where do you put him?
I mean, there's a rumor about the Mariners considering him to play second base. He could be that kind of contact bat to replace Polanco. There was talks about the Reds going to get him to, maybe potentially even DH if they needed them to, or maybe mix in at first or second to give guys days off. Or defensively, he's terrible. He couldn't play third base for the Red Sox because he's got no arm, no glove, and terrible feet. He's a terrible middle infielder because he's got no range. He's too small to be a first baseman with no power. Kind of defeats the purpose of that corner infield position. So he's the opposite of Kyle Schwarber in the fact that, like, Schwarber does one thing really well, which is great. We'll just DH him. We can't put him on the field. But like Arraez isn't good enough, isn't the kind of hitter you DH. So you got to put him on the field somewhere, but you can't put him on the field anywhere.
Yeah.
Because he's awful.
He's an interesting fit.
It's really, really challenging.
Yeah. If Arraez could steal bases, I would like him more. Mets should just sign both of them. Yeah, get 2 more infielders in there. That's what the Mets need for sure. Just, my God.
I mean, I would love to see Geno Suarez in Colorado, though. Back to the Rockies comment. Imagine what that bat would do in Colorado.
He would hit some missiles.
Oh.
Yeah. Curtis says Suarez's average stats fit more of a Yankees profile, but I'm tired of sluggers, low batting average, big homers, and a lot of Ks. He does. You're right. That's the Yankees profile for the last 5, 6, 7 years. Fantasy baseball guys, right? We've said it numerous times on this show.
Live and die by the 3-run bomb.
Yeah. So, yeah. Arraez's defense is atrocious for sure.
Awful. I mean, the Padres had to stick him at first base basically to hide him.
His batting average is higher than his fielding percentage.
They're probably a lot closer than we think.
Oh, man.
I mean, the Padres literally used first base to hide him.
Yeah, with Arraez's lack of power, Colorado and all that open space in the outfield could help him get more doubles. And we've mentioned it. Either a follower did or we did. Like, Rocky should at this point, like, he's not going to cost you much. Like, if you want to play chaos ball, this guy will definitely add to that. So,
and with all that green, he could just dunk more balls into the outfield just over the infielder's head. Like, there's so much green out there to cover. I mean, it'd probably be a great place for him.
Yep, agree. Arraez is at first base. So you're going to play him over Ben Rice? Probably not. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I mean, when you look across the league, like, there's really not any first baseman that would play Luis Arraez over, which is kind of a sad state. But it's true. I mean, this is a power position, and he's got none of it.
I mean, Diamondbacks don't really have a first baseman right now, unless they are rolling with Pavin Smith in that spot.
I have to believe they're going to roll with him because the boy can hit.
Yeah. But they need an outfielder with Loris Gurriel Jr. out. So I don't know. There's only, like you said, a handful that he could even potentially fit on. But, man, I don't know. It's weird.
He is such a challenging guy.
He can't win a batting title if he doesn't have a contract. So there's that. But I hear what you're saying. He's got the ability to. He is the best bat to ball guy in the league right now, hands down. It's not even close.
Not close. Not close.
Man.
What's amazing to me though is that here's a guy who's a 3-time batting title winner and nobody wants him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is A, how much the game has changed, but B, it's also how much the rest of his game is terrible. Like nobody wants a 3-time batting title winner. Yikes.
Can you imagine George Brett getting to free agency after winning his 3 batting titles in 3 different decades and can't find a job?
Yeah.
Did you imagine? I'm not saying Luis Arraez is George Brett. That's not what I'm saying. Do you hear me, Facebook followers? That's not what I'm saying. But like you said, like batting titles, and the dude can't get a contract.
Nobody cares. It's like
unreal.
The dude is like a cancer that nobody wants. And he's a 3-time batting title winner.
God, man, it's wild. That's absolutely wild. John, this is a good point about Geno. He should go back to the Reds. That'd be a great move for him. And if the Reds don't work out, then he's good trade bait. And he could be for any team, right? He could sign for any team, and he's going to end up in the same situation he did in 2025, where he tore it up for the Diamondbacks, and the Mariners are like, well, that stick will help at the deadline. But teams might also shy away from that because of the results in Seattle. That might not be the bat you want to seek at the deadline, because he proved that moving mid-year, he couldn't quite make the transition. And I think you hit it on the head a couple months ago. I think teams are scared of that. Like that's an indication of the player that Geno is. I think he's got more in the tank. But I think that's scaring teams away.
I think there's a lot of things that I think you could point to scare you away, but I do think that the performance in Seattle, the fear of the drop off, those are always things in the back of your mind when a guy's a big bodied corner, power hitting 35-year-old. There's a lot of questions that come with that.
Yeah. Diamond, I mean, if Geno, I think, had a choice, he probably would, right? Let me start in Seattle at the beginning. Let me start fresh, and then let's go. Like moving mid-season, I can't imagine it's easy for anybody to make that transition. But does Seattle want him back? I don't know. Does Seattle want to pay the money that Geno's asking for? I don't know. So we'll see. Both very interesting markets. We'll keep an ear out for them, but I don't have the slightest clue with either one of them. Really can't.
No, and there's literally like no conversation about these guys. I mean, there's even a mention of Luis Arraez a couple weeks ago, like the Guardians. The Guardians would be a good fit, and still nothing's going on.
Yeah. And Robert, we're with you, right? Can't believe no one wants Arraez. Baseball thinks it's sexy with a long ball, but what about a guy who gets on base 2 out of 4 times a game? Right. 2 hits every game, and he can't find a job. Now, this is the other part, right? He can't steal bases. He has no speed. He's not a good base runner. He's not a good fielder. But like you said, Harrison, are you gonna DH a singles hitter? You're probably looking for a little bit more production out of that. Now, I'm not saying that you don't want 200 hits out of the DH spot because that helps your team.
Yeah, well, you could do worse.
You also want a guy that can pop the 3-run homer and not, max out at hitting the ball 150 feet. So it's interesting because Robert, I agree with you, and then I agree with everybody else where it's like it's hard to ignore the other parts of his games that are not great. Arraez perfect for the Giants. Again, another ballpark with a lot of green. Giants would be a good fit for them. I don't disagree with that.
Well, and a comment earlier, Mike Reed mentioned, teams want more than a one-tool player. I mean, I think teams are willing to accept a one-tool player. It just has to be a better tool. Contact's not the tool they want. Power's the tool they want.
Right.
Kyle Schwarber's a one-tool guy. Well, working out pretty well for him.
Yeah. Or the one tool that their team is lacking and they need to finish off the final piece. Right.
Yeah.
And like you said, contact isn't even a piece in most of the team's puzzle. So Diamond thinks $11.5 million with mutual option for 2027. I mean, for both of these guys, Geno, I don't know.
At one point there was an offer on the table, I thought, for 2 years and 20 to arise from somewhere.
And
don't know. It didn't get any action.
Arraez couldn't get a walk even if he got an intentional walk. It's crazy.
Well, and the hard part is when you make contact like Arraez does, you're not going to walk very much because you don't miss a lot of pitches. Like he puts a lot of balls in play.
He doesn't get deep into counts.
Yeah, he doesn't get deep into counts. He puts a lot of balls in play. He doesn't foul a ton of balls off. He doesn't swing and miss very much. When he swings, he's generally making contact, and that works against you because you don't get deeper into counts. You don't get a chance to work walks. You are up, contact, and off you go. With a lot of short at bats.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, that's probably not something that you want as a team either, because you want your hitters to work counts in this day and age with these pitchers going max velocity and going all out for 5 innings. Like, you want these guys to throw 90 pitches after 4 innings. And if Arraez is just coming in and pounding the first one into the dirt with a roll over to second, that's not helping your team much. But yeah. Speaking of tools, Framber Valdez is still out on the market. He shot himself in the foot. He did. That's where I'm at with Framber. That's why he can't get a job. If that situation doesn't happen and it doesn't go all over social media, Framber is one of the first pitchers to be signed in the offseason. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been easy. It would have been a no-brainer.
It's just crazy.
And all the stories that come out the last couple of days about him, and a lot of teams are just saying not interested. Like he's getting a lot of cold shoulders.
Yeah. And rightfully so. Like, he made his own bed. He's got to lay in it. And Curtis, I get this point, right? You have runners in scoring position and you don't want to rise at bat. Okay, go for the slugger. Instant double play. Yeah. But on the other side, if you have Geno Suarez, he's not hitting into a double play because he doesn't make contact. It's a home run or nothing, right? Arraez puts the ball in play. Yeah, he gets a hit 2 out of 4 times, but would you take him over a guy? That's when we talk about a strikeout actually helps you in that situation, which is crazy to think about.
I mean, sometimes 1 out's better than 2. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, I get what you're saying. There's better options out there than to have Luis Arraez come up in that quote unquote slugger spot. So
yeah, Arraez is an incredibly underappreciated guy. And not that I'm trying to say they're the same player, but he and Tony Gwynn are very similar. Tony Gwynn did not have a lot of power either. Slapped a lot of balls to left field. They have very similar approaches. Everybody loved Tony Gwynn. Nobody wants Luis Arraez. He's the right player, wrong generation.
Yep. Yeah. Framber to the Mets then. Fair.
I mean, I've picked Framber to the Mets from day one. I figured he would be the guy they go after because he fit in perfectly with that messed up clubhouse.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the Mets have basically told him no thanks. Everybody's kind of backed away.
Yeah. Chad says,
somebody will take him on a cheap deal?
Yeah. Yeah. Chad just asked, does Framber actually not get signed at all, or will a team take a flyer last minute on a 1-year deal?
I mean,
I don't know the answer to that.
I think somebody will sign him to one of those 2 or 3 year deals with the opt outs and try to get him cheap late.
And it wouldn't surprise me if it's a team option, because it's like, hey, you're not working out in this clubhouse. Bye.
Yep.
So, and Ryan, we're with you. We're like, where are the Orioles for these pitchers? It was either Ron Hare Suarez or Framber Valdez, and Orioles seem nowhere to be found. Are they just rolling with Zach Eflin and Shane Baz? That's what it seems like.
I mean, I think they're putting a lot of hope into it working out.
Yeah. And Musicum, again, yes, we're not drawing the comparison that Luis Arraez is Tony Gwynn. Not even close, but he's a Tony Gwynn-like player. They draw very similar comparisons to their game. Now, Tony Gwynn's a different animal by himself. Like, he can go up and he's like, I'm putting this in the left center field gap, and then he does. Like, he knew what pitch was coming, when it was coming, and he could put it where he wanted to. Where Luis Arraez is more just like, wherever the pitch is, I'm going to hit it.
Yeah, he's just dumping in the outfield. But, I mean, they hit about the same number of doubles. Gwynn had a little bit more power. Gwynn hit for a higher average, but everybody hit for a higher average back in that time.
And stole a lot of bases, a lot of doubles. Yeah.
And Gwynn was a different player, but in terms of like their approach to the plate, they're very similar.
Yeah. They're similar, but he's not Tony Gwynn. I agree with you guys.
I'd be willing to bet, though, if you went and looked at the stat lines, you'd realize he's not that far off.
Yeah.
He's not as far off as you think he is.
Yeah. Ryan, this is absolutely hilarious because this is just playing in my mind. He's like, oh, I just signed Pete Alonso. My work here is done. And that's it. And it's just like, as much as Pete Alonso is going to help that offense with Taylor Ward and the young kids, the Orioles are going to thump. But, man, they're going to have to thump to get past their starting pitching. When Zach Eflin is your ace and you're banking on Shane Baz to rebound and come back. Now, listen, he's a race product. He probably will. You're asking a lot out of that pitching staff. I mean, yes, you picked up Helsley too for the back end, but still, 2 starters and a bullpen arm doesn't help that pitching staff. And you got rid of one in the Taylor Ward deal. So, yeah, goodness. I don't know what the Orioles are going to do.
They're going to have to win a lot of games by flat out outscoring.
Yep. And Robert, another good point. The Orioles already spent more money since Chris Davis. They're done. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Even with the glaring hole in the starting rotation. Curtis, if you hit 254 with 33 homers, they'll love you. you hit over 300 constantly, you're a weirdo.
I mean, literally,
That's
we
exactly
were wondering,
it.
we were wondering if we're going to have a batting title winner with a batting average over 300. That's where we've gone to.
Yeah.
You know, the days of the 300 hitter are dying. They are almost gone.
Some three might sign, or some team might sign all three. Think about it.
That'd be wild.
Now, again, far-fetched here, Harrison.
Yep.
But what if the Pittsburgh Pirates come in and swipe all three of these guys?
I mean,
what does that do?
That they become a legitimate contender in the Central pretty friggin' quick. You know, you go Paul Skeens and back him up with Framber Valdez and Keller, and then you've still got a decent bullpen, and then you throw those two guys in the lineup. I mean, that team becomes not a joke, and they become somebody you got to watch in the Central pretty quick.
And it, pun intended, rights the ship.
Yep.
And makes them, depending on how the outcome of the season works for them, if, again, all hypothetical, because if all I'm talking about if all three signed, you are now showing the rest of the league that, hey, like, we're here. We're going to make moves. We want to build around Skeens. Like, let's go. Again, hypothetical, probably not going to happen. But I thought about it, Curtis. And there you go. I hope you liked it. But that sounds like a Mets move to me. Yeah, someone put it back in the comments earlier. Ryan was like, yeah, just sign both of them. We don't have enough infielders already. So, goodness. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be wild. I mean, I don't think the Pirates have that kind of cash to pull that off, but it'd be pretty cool to think about. Yeah. But I do question where Framber Valdez ends up and what kind of deal he gets, because for the most part, the league's kind of looking at him saying pass. And that's not a good spot to be in.
I haven't even heard of him meeting with teams.
No.
Like, I haven't even heard reports of him meeting with anybody. And it could be, if I'm a GM, that's my first question to him. If he sits down with me, I'd be like, all right, buddy, what happened in Houston? Like, give me your side of the story. What happened?
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that was a cross up. That was intentional. You don't do that to your catcher, turn around and have the expression you had, right? If it was unintentional. He was totally sending a message there. Everybody saw it. And when your catcher acts like that, you know it's not a cross-up either. So,
yeah, and I think Valdez has a number of things working against him. You know, one obviously is the clubhouse concerns because of the crossing up your catcher, quote unquote. You've got his age. He's turning 33 next year. So you're kind of coming out of his prime. He's a guy that gets a lot of contact, which as he ages and the command isn't the same, how does that play? And I think if you're just dealing with the fact that he was going to be 33 and got a lot of contact, you'd be okay with it. Like, you'd find a way to make that work. Yeah. The fact he's also a terrible teammate, I think a lot of teams are just saying, look, this wasn't like the cleanest, easiest deal to make, and now it's impossible. So,
right,
we're good.
Yeah, Diamond, we're not gonna really dive into this because this is a topic we have dove into for the past month and a half. But
they don't.
To an extent, I understand what you're saying, but not every team can sign any player they want. No, not every team is in the market to sign any player they want. You can't tell me that when Shohei Ohtani's free agency came up, every team had a legit chance at Shohei. No chance financially could any team do that. Even with the deferred payments, because like we've said, you still have to put that money aside that year that it's owed to him. So even though you're only paying the dude $2 million, 68 of it has to be put aside that year for Shohei. So he still costs your team $70 million a year.
Yep.
That is already 3/4 of the payroll for some of these small market teams. So any player they want, no, I can't get on that train, but to an extent, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Right. And this is it, Chad, right? If billionaires start using money out of their own pocket to run the team, then yes. They could. But again, baseball's a business. This isn't America's pastime anymore. It's business. That's all the MLB is. So why would you want to put more money into your team if you're not going to make it back? That's the issue.
Yeah, I mean, and MLB teams last year lost a collective 1.8 billion. I mean, there's a lot of teams losing money, and and a lot of that is to compete. Some of that is the Mets just eating up bad contracts, or Steve Cohen spending his own personal money because he's a fan. But the general economics of baseball are not great.
No,
it's becoming extremely expensive to operate a team and do so competitively.
Curtis, as much as I would like Framber's game in Sacramento, because I think it will play, because I mean, you hit a fly ball in Sacramento and it leaves the ball.
Yeah.
And his ground ball stuff would play in Sacramento. I don't want him anywhere near my young kids. No, thank you. Do not poison that clubhouse at all. I like what they got going on in Sacramento. And I want them to keep getting better, because I can't wait to see what they look like when they hit Las Vegas. So as much as I get your point, I think his game fits in Sacramento. His personality does not fit with that A's team, I don't think. That's just my own personal opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
And Curtis, this is the other thing. Owners need to open the books and show the MLBPA what's actually going on. If they truly want to fix this, they have to. But like you said, it will never happen, because how many owners do we think are putting the revenue share money just right? We can make assumptions that a few do.
They publish it annually. You can see what the teams make in terms of revenue and income. It's published every year. The details you can't see, but you can see the teams that made money, the teams that didn't make money. And generally, when you look at the teams that are losing money, are the ones that are competitive. There's even some teams that aren't competitive that are losing money. But most of your upper tier competitive teams, they're all losing money. The owners are putting their own personal money in to fund this thing.
Yeah, exactly. So crazy.
Like I'm looking right now at the latest, at the 2024 valuations, revenue and operating income for all the teams. And also debt value, how much debt they carry on the organization. It's out there, and the MLBPA has a pretty good idea of what teams are doing. They just don't care. Like the problem is baseball's mad at the Dodgers for overspending. The MLBPA is mad at the other teams for underspending. And they're saying, well, look, we love the Dodgers, but we don't like the teams like the Marlins who are spending nothing, or the Rays who spend very little.
Yeah.
Like, we're mad at them. We're mad at the Pirates.
Yeah. Now, Diamond, you didn't strike a nerve, but like, this is what we want. We want you guys to bring topics that you want to bring to the show. Like, I'm glad you brought it up. But yeah, it's just, it's hard, right? Because like, we're all on the outside looking in and trying to figure it out, where Curtis is like, just open the books and let's figure it all out together, which will never happen. I agree with him. That's why I think this lockout, we're in for a long one. This isn't getting settled anytime soon.
No, you've got different factions mad at other factions, but it's not all unified. It's the MLB owners are mad at the Dodgers. The Dodgers don't care. MLBPA is mad at the lower tier teams for not spending. And so everybody's mad at somebody else. Like, it's not like you have this equal view. It's very fragmented. And that's why this work stoppage is going to be ugly, because many owners are on the kind of salary cap or bust stance.
Yep. I agree. All right. Michael already pointed out Jamie Moyer, because I flipped the slide because I thought we were done, but he already pointed it out. So Michael gets the point for this week. But Craig Kimbrel joins the Mets on a minor league deal. So Craig Kimbrel is still not hanging him up. He's chasing some more saves. Does he get an opportunity to do it with the Mets?
Sure. I mean, At this point, I made the joke in the group chat earlier, like, how does this guy keep getting opportunities? Because he just doesn't have much left. But at the same time, like, why the hell not take an inexpensive flyer on this guy and see if he can do anything for you? Is he a closer anymore? No. Is he an eighth inning guy? Maybe not. Could he be an effective guy out of the bullpen when you need a right-hander? Maybe. I mean, he can still pitch. He knows how to get outs. His issue now is command. It's like he's always been a bit of a heart attack closer, but I don't think he knows where anything's going anymore. Like he just reaches back and fires whatever he's got and just hopes it's somewhere near the strike zone.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do at his age if I could even put my arm above my shoulder to throw a baseball now. But
right.
I mean, if I could do it still at a high level, like why not? And it's a minor league deal, so it's probably league minimum. So why not? Like you said, why not? Sure. Inexpensive. We'll try. If we get 50 innings out of him, we're lucky. So that's that.
And the Mets have wasted way more money on even dumber things. So why not?
Right.
Why not?
Yep. So,
I mean, he had an ERA over 5 in 24, and then he made, I think it was 14 appearances last year, where he was fine. Like, again, he's not 10 years ago, this is a incredible move. Now it's like, well, let's see if he still got anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael thinks he'll fall apart before he gets a save. Curtis
Also
is like,
possible.
he's still playing. Now, if he signed with Colorado, that, they still have a team, does he actually still play? I don't know.
Yeah. Fair point.
If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? Yeah. The chicken wing still gets him in the conversation 1,000%. Yeah. I went through every team he has played for and put the chicken wing in there. I had to. Yeah. As long as he keeps getting these minor league deals, someone will keep signing him. Yeah. Crazy. All right. So we got a Seattle and freaking New England Super Bowl. Look at that. Crazy. Patriots and Seahawks. Crazy.
Maybe the Seahawks will run the ball this time and win.
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, man. But yeah, good. I mean, good for Craig Kimbrel. I mean, it kind of delays his Hall of Fame status, but I'll bring it up real quick. Do we think Kimbrel is a Hall of Famer?
I think based on the sheer number of saves, yeah. I mean, I think when you look at his stat line, the guy was super elite for a lot of years. But I think in terms of pure number of saves, yeah, I think is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? No, but I think he eventually gets in.
Yeah, I think him and Jansen both get in when they decide to hang him up. I mean, Jansen signed on again for another year with the Tigers. So I think they're both in. I mean, you think about this era of closers, and it's those two. And it's been a blast to watch them. I mean, just Kimbrel, just one of the first guys that I can remember just coming in and just blowing gas by guys.
Yeah, like angry gas too. Like he was yeah. He was nasty out there. But this is a guy with a career ERA of 2.58, 440 saves, 1,282 strikeouts in 821 innings, and a 1.02 whip.
He's plus 440 in strikeouts over innings. Is crazy.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Wow.
And the guy has recorded. Let's see. He had 23 saves in 2024, none last year. So I mean, I'd love to see him get 10 more saves, hit the 450 number, and then I think it's a slam dunk.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Mike Reed, he's under 450. He's at 440.
Yeah, 440.
Yeah. But still,
I mean, he was so good for a stretch. Just like he came in and was like, oh God, game's over.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he was top 10 in the Cy Young voting for 4 straight years.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a beast
when he's in Atlanta. I mean, he was so gross. He had in 2012, he had an ERA of 1.01 with 42 saves. Followed it up with a 1.21 with 50 saves, then a 1.61 with 47 saves.
Yeah. Yeah, I just did the Brave single season saves, like who's missing from the top 5 list, and he was on 3 out of the 5 spots. I had to put different poses for him, so it was a little bit trickier, but it was like Craig Kimbrel number 1, Craig Kimbrel number 2, Craig Kimbrel number 3, Craig Kimbrel number 4. And I'm like, okay, enough of this.
He was so good.
Yeah. Unreal. But yeah, good for him. Hopefully he does get 10 more saves. We'll see. He's got to get up to the majors first. So there's that.
I mean,
And
that Mets bullpen is not fantastic, so there's probably a good shot we'll see him.
yep, fair enough. All right, Sir Anthony Dominguez, 2 years, $20 million to the White Sox. Are the White Sox going to make the biggest leap in games won this year? And we're going to get to it a little bit later too, but do you think the White Sox double their win total? Do you think they win 15, 20 games over their past win totals? How do you think the White Sox are going to be this year?
I mean, the White Sox to me are a tough one. I do think they've made a lot of improvements, but they've made no improvements to the starting rotation. And not the starting rotation was like terrible, but it wasn't great. And I for them, I think it's more a matter of I don't know that they've got enough pitching to make a real solid run. The White Sox pitching was good last year, not great. They definitely made some improvements in other areas, but is this a team that's going to make a leap and be close to 500? I don't know. I just don't know if they're there yet. But they've definitely made some massive leaps.
Yeah. So we got 75, 71. Sox are going for it. Fourth place or bust. 54 and 108, period. Okay. It's fair.
I mean, I could see this team winning 70 games. I mean, I think they could make that kind of a leap. 65 to 70 games. But, I mean, I just don't think they're ready to make a bigger leap than that. I mean, they were 60 and 102 last year. I mean, they're probably a 70 win team this year. I'd like to see something in the starting rotation. Then I'd say, yeah, they might make a run at 500. But I just don't think there's enough in the starting rotation. And or maybe those guys will surprise us and be better than I think.
Yeah, there are a lot of youth in that rotation.
A lot.
Right? So maybe they take another step forward. Don't know. 75 wins is probably the max. Yeah. And Will Venable doesn't inspire a lot of confidence.
I mean, also true.
The White Sox organization doesn't instill a lot of confidence.
No, I think the track record speaks for itself, but also the fact that it's hard to attract talent when you've been as far down as you are. But they've made some good moves. Like they've done some good things. But I do suspect we'll see an improved team next year. I just don't think they're yet a 500 ball club.
70 games. Are we playing MLB The Show? Yeah, on beginner, and they still probably won't win 70 games.
I mean, the sad part is they won 60 last year. I mean, they're not that far off the 70 mark. But again, like you've got to get it's more than just a couple of guys. Sir Anthony Dominguez scares the hell out of me coming out of the bullpen, for the record. There's nothing easy with this dude. Nothing easy.
No.
But he throws gas.
Yep. I agree.
The Blue Jays were happy to move on from him.
Yeah. All right. So with the White Sox, this kind of inspired this conversation for me to ask you, Harrison, who will be the biggest movers in the standings this year? So I put the lower teams on here, but it can work the opposite way too. Who at the top can fall all the way down too? So who do you think moves up or down in the standings the most in 2026?
Wow. And in terms of like, we talking like games won or like positions?
Yes.
Thank you.
I think it kind of goes hand in hand, right? So I mean, like, obviously, if the Orioles were in fifth place, but if they go up and they win 85 games, 90 games, then we're talking about a second place finish. So that moves them up quite a few spots, right? So
they could also win the Red Sox won 89 games and finished third.
Right.
They could win 88 games and finish fourth and move up one spot.
So let's just say wins. Let's just put it that way. Wins. Who makes the biggest move up or biggest move down?
I think the biggest move up. Oh boy. I'm going to say biggest move up is the Orioles. I think the Pirates won 71 games last year. You know, they're probably a 500 ball club this year, maybe a hair better than that. Maybe they win a 83. I think the White Sox win, 70 to 75 games. I think the Orioles could win 90. I think the Orioles could go from their 75 win season to 90. And they could easily be right in the race. They need the pitching to actually perform. You need guys like Bradish to be healthy. You need Eflin to pitch well. You need Baz to go back to being the guy that you thought he could be. But I like the Orioles to have the biggest rebound.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great one. Diamond, I'm with you. I love this A's team. I absolutely love their offense. He thinks they'll be the biggest improvement, make the playoffs. As much as I love their offense, it is really tough to pitch in that ballpark. They give up a ton of runs there. On the road, they're okay. But man, at home, it is tough.
Brutal.
Chad says Marlins could do Marlins things and fall off even with all the talent they have. Ryan's, I want to say Orioles, but I'm going to go Fish here. John Temple think the Pirates will make the biggest move. And Curtis kind of stole mine. I was going to sneak in and steal Atlanta here off the board because I just don't feel like they're going to be as hurt. And I hope I didn't jinx them, but I just don't think they're going to be as hurt as they were last year. So they could definitely make the biggest leap there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Curtis is saying 14 more wins for Baltimore and Atlanta than last year. Bucket Dano.
Yeah, I mean, those could both be 90 win teams, or potentially better. I mean, it really just depends on, if the Braves stay healthy and if the Orioles, if the young guys for the Orioles all rebound. I do think one team to be looking at how far they fall back though could be the Brewers. The Brewers are not a 97 win team, especially without Freddie Peralta. I mean, that's a team that could they still win 90 games? Yeah, they can still win 90 games, but are all those young guys going to play the same way they did last year? I mean, you got a book on a lot of these guys now you didn't have last year. So I do worry that the Brewers could be the biggest fall. That's a team that could easily fall back 10, 15 games.
Yeah. Mike thinks the Padres fall the biggest. I mean, possibly.
Also a good choice.
Yeah. Chad thinks KC is my dark horse to make the playoffs. Yeah. Michael thinks the Braves will fall back even further. Okay. All right.
God.
I can see that. I don't think that's what he was meant. But
I hope not.
I'm going to say that. Yeah. I mean, and Brian, this is where we're at with the Orioles too. Like, what on earth are they doing? You have two top pitchers and maybe a Bradish that could possibly stay healthy. That he's a big question mark too because he can't stay on the field. Great stuff, but what do you get out of him? I don't know. But yeah, the biggest fallback for me. I mean, I want to say the Phillies, but their pitching is gonna carry them a little bit, and they still have a good offense. They're just weird. I don't know what's going on with them. But I don't know. I don't know who else kind of just falls off other than what you said. I think I'm with you there. The Brewers are the only ones that kind of make any sense there. Maybe the Cardinals a little bit because they've sold everything. But I mean, that's on purpose. You know, it's not because they didn't want to.
No, but the Cardinals could. I mean, the Cardinals won 78 games last year. They could easily win 65 next year. I mean, they could take a pretty big fall.
Yep.
The Marlins won 79 games last year. I'm not sure what the ceiling is for them, but maybe 85 wins. I mean, that's only a 6-game improvement. The Marlins are. I think the Marlins are going to be better, and they're going to be worth watching because they're going to be do your thing.
Yeah.
Interesting one for you guys in chat. So Texas Rangers finished last year at 81-81. They've made some odd moves this offseason. Do we see the Rangers climbing? Do the Rangers improve or do the Rangers fall back? I could see that one going either way. Oh, Mike, I like this bold take. Phillies miss the playoffs next year. I mean, I could see it. I could totally see it. That Phillies team is definitely taking a step back. And some of the pieces they've lost have been pieces that they didn't want to lose. Bringing back Realmuto, who continues to age, is not necessarily the best choice. So, Phillies missing the playoffs, I don't hate that pick. I still think they make the playoffs, but I definitely think they are fighting to get in.
Yeah. Sorry, fellas. I had to go grab my pancreas real quick. But yeah, I'm with you. I just the Phillies are a huge question mark to me. I really don't know what to think about them and
Well, and
how they're going to perform.
when you were gone, I also posed a question in the chat, like, what about the Rangers? Like, the Rangers have had kind of a weird offseason of moving pieces out and then all of a sudden surprising us with the Mackenzie Gore trade. Like, they were a 500 team last year. Where do they land? Same place? Are they better? Are they worse?
I think with the lack of offense, they make up with stretching out that pitching staff if they all stay healthy. Like we said, I mean, that's a pretty good rotation if healthy. Now, got a lot of questions about injuries with the Texas Rangers over the years too, and that pitching staff's not getting any younger. Yes, Mackenzie Gore makes that, the mean age come down, but Evaldi's not getting younger. DeGrom, we all know his injury history. What do you get out of Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter? I don't know. They're still kind of unproven, not proven, whatever. They're weird to me. I think I'm with you guys. Just middle of the road. Like I'll just 500 just for the heck of it. Like I mean,
just existing.
Yeah, and their position players can't stay healthy either. Josh Young is starting to become one of the biggest what ifs in the league right now, and that's saying something.
It is.
So I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. Rangers seem like a diet Atlanta. That's hilarious.
They're the Temu version of the Braves.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. But I mean, you're not wrong.
And Chad, I don't think you're wrong here. I think that the Rangers, healthy and actually doing what it's supposed to do, they could be an 85 to 88 win team. I do think they are better than we've seen. They can't seem to put it together. They can't get it all going at the same time.
Yeah. And Curtis, I don't think this is an unpopular opinion. Like this is Philly's MO now. Make the playoffs, lose in the first series that they play in. That's what the Phillies are. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, the NL East, for as much as we said that, it's going to be competitive, I don't know how much competition is going to be in the NL East this year. Again, can't trust the Braves, can't trust the Phillies. Whatever the Mets are right now, I mean, they're still trying to figure everything out there. My prediction might be the Marlins take that division because I just don't want to pick any of the other three. I have no trust in Atlanta's health, no trust in Philly's clubhouse situation and whatever that is. No trust in the Mets. Sorry, Mets fans. I never do. I never can pick the Mets because they don't even feel like they have an identity. It's just like, let's throw all these guys on this team and hope it works out. And if it doesn't, like I said last show, we'll just dump them and start all over again.
Yeah. It's
not a great way to run the team there.
No, which is why they continue to fall in the same place of trying to patchwork it together and having it not work out.
Yeah. So, I mean, NL East is going to be weird when it comes to prediction because it might be what I did with the NL West last year and I mean the AL West last year and just drew names out of a hat because I didn't know where to go with the AL West because everybody had their issues going in. So I don't know. And Curtis, it's they're not really going to be my pick, but I'm just saying they're the only kind of team that I know for certain what they're going to be, and that's a 75 to 80 win ball club. They're going to be fighting for a wild card spot.
Yeah,
they are. Whether they get there, probably not, but they're young, they're fun, they're exciting, they have nothing to lose. The other three teams, I just have no faith in what they're doing, and that's where I'm at with that.
In my mind, the NL East, it's the Braves, the Phillies, and then the Mets and Marlins are like tied there for third. But again, there's a boatload of ifs and guesses built into that.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I'm at too, right? On paper, everyone stays healthy. I'm with you. Like that's
Yep.
the order. But I can't trust
No.
the Braves' health. It's a 4-year thing. It's a 5-year thing that the Braves can't stay healthy. Like it's no accident, right? It keeps happening year after year after year after year. But since I'm now off the Braves train, they'll make the World Series like I did with the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you're welcome, Braves fans.
Well, keep in mind this is an off season for Acuna, so he'll be healthy this year and then blow the next knee out next year. So that's just the way it works for Acuna is it's alternating years.
Yeah.
Knee injury, healthy. Knee injury, healthy.
Yep. Crazy. All right, Harrison. Let's go to the best division races this year, and we're going to rank them. So, not necessarily like the best divisions. I want what you think are going to be the best races coming down the stretch, right? So,
Okay.
like if you think the NL Central is going to be the closest at the top, and we're going into the last week where it like could be Brewers, could be Cubs, could be Reds, could be Pirates. Like that's how I want you to rank them. So from closest to runaways is how I want you to rank them.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I think the worst division. I think the worst race in baseball is going to be the NL West. I think the Dodgers will have that sewn up in August. Like that'll be over. So I think the NL West will be one of the worst. I think the NL Central will be very, very competitive. I would say the NL Central is probably it will be the second best race. I think the Brewers, the Cubs, the Reds, and maybe even the Pirates. Brewers, Cubs, Reds for sure. Pirates with an outside chance could be competing in that division. Don't think the Pirates have a shot to win the division? No, but I think they could be making some noise and trying to reach for a wild card. I think the best race in baseball is going to be the AL East. I think that is Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, and Orioles. And that one goes all the way to the end. I think that is going to be a gauntlet of a battle between those teams.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's Dodgers clinched NL West in late April. Yeah, and the NL West, hands down, is definitely the least competitive, I think. And it's too bad. My Diamondbacks were out there. That division was looking fairly competitive last year. Padres were good. Diamondbacks were good. Giants looked all right. I mean, we were talking about that being a closer race than it was. AL East, definitely, I agree with you there. I'm gonna go AL Central as the best race. And I think it's a 2-team race there. I think it's or a 3-team. I think it's the Tigers, the Guardians, and the Royals. I think the Royals are going to make another step. I think that could be a 3-team race. So since you took the East, I'll take the AL Central. Those 3 teams could be fighting for a division because whoever doesn't win the division isn't making a wild card spot, I don't think.
No, I think you're going to have 2 wild cards come out of the East again.
Yeah.
And you're going to be left fighting for the division.
Yeah. So I think the AL Central will be the tightest because you have to win that division to get into the playoffs this year. So the surprising race will be the AL West because I don't know who's going to win it. And that's what I said last year. Seattle was like, they had all the pitching. They had no offense. The A's were like way too young. The Angels, we have no idea about ever. The Rangers, health concerns. And who else am I missing out there? Astros. I just didn't know which way they were going to go because they were like, we're going to sell. We're going to buy. We're going to get Christian Walker. We're going to sell. Okay, now we're going to trade away Kyle Tucker. Never mind. We got this guy. And it's like, what are you guys even doing? So I just had question marks all the way down the AL West. Do you think the AL West repeats? Do you think the Mariners come out on top there again?
I think as it stands right now, I think the Mariners are the front runner for the West. I think the Astros, there's still question marks about them. The Rangers aren't there yet. Athletics aren't there yet. Angels aren't there yet. I think the Mariners could potentially run away with this one, unless the Astros have a better kind of finish to last season, because the Astros really fell apart second half of the year. Like it was a bad finish for them.
Yeah.
They need to figure some stuff out.
All right, Curtis has given us his rankings. AL East number 1, AL West number 2, AL Central number 3, and then the East Central West as the order of his, closest race to runaways. So I don't disagree with that list.
Yeah, so if I had to rank them 1 through 6, I would go AL East 1, I would go NL Central 2, I would go NL East 3, I would go AL Central 4, AL West 5, NL West 6. That's how I go.
Fair enough. Yeah, I said I'd go AL Central first, AL East second, NL East third, Central, and then West. Although I'm kind of with you with the NL Central. You could have 4 teams racing there, so maybe I'll switch my 5 and 3 spots. So
yeah, the NL Central I think will be a good one, but at the same time, it could also end up being a 1-team race. The Brewers could kind of fall apart and not be able to repeat what they did. The Reds could go, the Reds could have a bunch of injuries to the starting rotation again and be out of it. The Cubs could also, who knows? So I think you could have 3 teams in the NL Central. You could have 4 teams. You could also have 1 team. I just have no idea what to expect there.
I agree. All right. Who is that guy is back, Harrison?
Who is that guy? So we got 15 tonight. So I figured the agenda would be a little light. So we'd do some extra trivia here, but I've got a mix of some slam dunks. I've got a mix of some, going back a little ways, some maybe lesser knowns. So I think we should have some fun with this one, but yeah, I'm trying to balance it here. I get crap one week because they're too easy. I get crap the next week because they're too hard. So I'm trying to find the happy medium here.
All right. Well, let's get going.
All right. Played for 11 seasons between 1999 and 2013. Played for the Cardinals, Royals, Braves, Nationals, Astros, and Mets. Second-round pick and top pitching prospect. Best known for being the second player in history with 75-plus home runs and 200-plus strikeouts. Who is that guy?
It's awesome. Yeah. I never would have guessed he played for 11 seasons.
I know, right?
Never would have guessed.
Yeah, he was around a little bit longer. Obviously a couple of years in the middle of that where he was gone. Yeah. Trying to save his career, but crazy. A really, really cool story.
Yeah, unreal. Yes, you guys all got it in the chat. It is Rick Ankle. Nice job. Right? I pronounced that right? Right? Rich Ankle?
You nailed it. Yep.
Yep, nailed it. Rich Ankle.
Nice. Career average of 240, 76 home runs, 251 RBIs, 302 OBP, and a 9.1 WAR. Pitching stats weren't great because he really only had one good year before the Yips took over, but a guy that turned into a pretty decent outfielder and had a cannon for an arm.
If there's something that is worse than the Yips, that's what this guy got.
Oh, so bad.
I mean, we're talking like missing the catcher by 20 feet over his head, Yips.
And in the playoffs, like this hit him like in the playoffs, like he lost it.
Oh, man.
So bad.
Yeah. I told you the story about the high school kid that I coached, right? About the Yips.
Yep.
Oh my
God!
You
should tell the story again though, because I've had a lot of folks in chat didn't hear it the first time.
So we're doing in Maine. You have to start spring training in the gym, and the kid comes in. We're throwing off the mound, and we're off one side of the basketball court, and the championship banners are on the other side. His first pitch, boom, right off a banner, up by the windows, and we're like, "Oh man, all right." Next pitch, he spikes it literally 5 feet in front of the wooden mound. And it's like a 5 bouncer to the catcher. Next pitch, bombs it up, hits the banner in the same exact spot. He takes his glove off, takes his hat off, sets it on the mound, walks off the gym, never saw him again. Just like, wow. insane, man. Like
Uh-huh.
I had the yips during batting practice one day and it was brutal. I couldn't, I was 20 feet away and I just kept throwing it in the dirt. I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, one of you guys got to come in here and throw it. I lost it. So, but it's nuts, man. The
Yeah,
yips is nothing to
yeah,
fool around with.
yeah. And like I mentioned, it was in the playoffs, the 2000 LDS. Michael saying watching it live, like he gets in the playoffs and they, a lot of pressure, and he just lost it.
I mean, even as an opposing team, like watching that, like that's not how you want to win a ball game. Is watching a guy like implode like that.
Oh no, but
Like
you literally have like had Braves players watching, like cringing a little bit, feeling bad for him. Like guys that were like as he came off the mound, guys are talking to him. Like that's not a good look or a good moment.
yeah. Yeah, pitcher with the yips could have been a career killer. His career is a great redemption story, and 1,000%. That's what we totally agree.
Yeah.
To be able to come back and hit and play the outfield like he did, pretty incredible.
Yeah, and
Pretty
and
awesome.
Ryan, his return when he hit that homer, that was a really cool moment.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I felt
yeah,
horrible. He was up 5-0.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's terrible. You don't want to win a ball game like that, is what I'm
no,
saying, right? Like
don't.
it's so hard to watch that.
It
And these
doesn't. It doesn't
guys,
feel good.
right? And these guys on the other team, like as much as they're enemies on the field, like they're buddies. They've played baseball together their entire lives, and they understand like yeah the severity of it. It's brutal, but yeah, pretty cool that he came back though. Awesome,
Tough one.
great one.
All right. Played for 6 seasons between 2003 and 2010. Played for the Indians, Cubs, Padres, Brewers, and Pirates. Second round pick of the Rockies in 1998. Best known for hitting a leadoff home run in the first game ever played at Citi Field. Who is that guy? And for what it's worth,
Oh
he
my!
is still the only player to open a ballpark with a leadoff home run.
Well, I'll have to write that trivia question down. I think I know who this is. I'm going to give chat a minute. And this is a name we've definitely not brought up on the podcast before.
We've not.
Ever. Man, good one here. If this is who I'm thinking.
Put it in the private chat. Yes, sir.
And is it I have the last name. I don't have the first name. Oh, okay. I was a consonant off. No, not as Dribble Cabrera. That is, I mean, that's a good guess.
Although Cabrera played forever.
Well, that's true. And all these Indians guys during this time all look the same. Like Grady Sizemore, Cabrera, this dude, like
Brantley, like all the
you want
guys
the
just
career.
kept coming through.
All right, Michael, I'll flip it back and give you the career line again. Yeah, this one's a tougher one for sure.
Yeah. A guy I remember for just really kind of a couple of things, but
Yeah.
one of those guys that he had some moments, but was not able to stick around.
Looks like Michael Brantley too a little bit, but it's not him. Again, played for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll give chat another few seconds and we'll unveil
definitely.
it. It's quiet in chat, which makes you think I've stumped them.
I think you have. This is a pretty deep pull.
It's a pretty good
Like,
one.
yeah.
It's one of those guys when you see the name, you're like, oh, of course I remember him, but it's a hard one to place.
Yeah. Roberts Jr., not quite. Not quite. This is Jody Garrett.
Jody Garrett, average of 262, 59 home runs, 226 RBIs, 325 OBP, and a 7.2 WAR.
Yep. Yeah. That's crazy. Only one to open up a ballpark with a home run is crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only player to do that.
That's pretty cool. That was a good one.
Little trivia tidbit for you.
Yeah, that one's going to stump some people for sure.
It will. Well, or they're going to guess like the 9 other guys on the Indians that he he resembles.
Yeah.
This is a slam dunk, Nick, for you. So here we go. Played for 13 seasons between 1999 and 2011. Played for the Mets, Orioles, Rockies, and Diamondbacks. 2-time All-Star, 1-time Silver Slugger. Best known for playing every position except catcher and pitcher in his career. Who is that guy?
Yeah. Oh, I need to call Sean.
Yeah.
This was his dude.
Yep.
Love this one.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
He's been on the list for a while, and I'm like, I'm throwing him in this go around. Let's do it.
Yeah, you have to. I love him.
I mean, he's a slam dunk, but
yeah, I picture Orioles in this time frame. It's him.
It's
him.
Literally, it's him. It's him and only him. Like he was the guy.
The realistic Oriole too. That era.
Yeah,
loved it. But
good stuff.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat should get this one. Nope, not Tejada. That's not Miguel Tejada.
Nope.
No, sir. Harrison's your favorite chocolate M&Ms?
No, the little one loves those.
Oh yeah, M&Ms.
So
Use
M&Ms
them as a treat.
Yeah, M&Ms are definitely a big thing in this house.
Yeah.
Curtis got it.
Yeah, Melvin Mora is absolutely correct. Nice job, Curtis.
Good old Melvin Mora, average of 277, 171 home runs, 754 RBIs, 350 OBP, and a 28.3 WAR. Loved this guy.
Those are Hall of Fame numbers now, aren't they?
I mean, they're getting close. They're getting close.
Yeah, John, you got him. Nice job. Yep, Melvin. Good.
All right. I expect chat to light up on this one.
Okay.
Played for 18 seasons between 1996 and 2014. Played for the Phillies, Yankees, Angels, Dodgers, Astros, and Mets. 2-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner, Silver Slugger winner, Home Run Derby winner. Best known for being the only player in history with 9 seasons of 60-plus extra base hits and 20 or more steals. Who is that guy? I expect chat to blow up here in a few seconds.
This dude was a beast. I got to meet this guy in Tampa too. Absolutely incredible. I had him sign a coaster. I've told this story before, but we had spring training in Florida my sophomore year or junior year. I think it might have been my junior year. And I'm going to the bathroom in TGI Fridays, and he's sitting there in a corner booth with like 6 ladies all around him. And he picks me out, and he goes, "Hey." And I was like, "What?" And he, because I was still in like my baseball, I had my baseball pants and my undershirt. He's like, "You down here playing ball?" And I go, yeah, because I obviously knew who he was.
Oh yeah, hard to miss.
And I was like, "Hi, Mr. Abreu. Like, nice to meet you." And I talked to him for a good 3-4 minutes, and then went back to the table and forgot I even had to go to the bathroom. So,
because you probably just went in your pants from nerves.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, everybody got it. It is Bobby Abreu for sure. Nice job.
I mean, you look at this guy's career stat line. I mean, is he Hall of Fame worthy? No, but man, is he like in the Hall of Very Good? Like this dude he was massive and in his era. Average of 291, 288 home runs, 1,363 RBIs, a 395 career OBP, and a 60.2 WAR. I mean, Hall of Fame? No, but damn, was he good? Like, really good.
395 OBP is nuts.
Stupid. Yeah. Ryan, Bobby Mack, and ladies at TGI Fridays. That checks out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
All right. Here's another one for you, Nick. Played for 17 seasons between 1997 and 2013. Played for the Red Sox, Dodgers, Braves, Indians, Yankees, Mariners, and Rangers. 2-time All-Star, World Series champion. Best known for throwing a no-hitter in 2002 and winning several deciding playoff games. Who is that guy?
Yep. It's the only pitcher to win every clinching game in the playoffs, too. Did it in 04.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
But like some of these guys have been holding on this list for a little while because I'm like, man, these are easy, but I'm getting crap for making them too hard. So
Yeah.
we're gonna mix this up.
Yeah. Oh, Red Sox fans, obviously, right out front here.
Yeah,
Yeah. D Low for sure. Derek Lowe. Yeah, Ryan got him too. Yeah, didn't even need the pick. Yeah, I was with you too. That's how I was on the Abreu one too. I was just like, oh yeah, like first line I got it with the teams with like Phillies, Yankees. I was like, yeah, got it. Yeah, it is Derek Lowe.
Derek Lowe, a career record of 176 and 157. 86 career saves. Don't forget, he was a pretty good closer when he first got to Boston.
Yep.
4.03 ERA, 1,722 strikeouts, and a 34.3 WAR. That is a man that will never buy a drink in Boston ever again.
Nope. And still does a ton for the Red Sox organization, like puts together celebrity golf tournaments, a whole bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think he does a lot for the Wakefield Foundation as well, too, which is all kind of linked together, like Jimmy Fund, the Wakefield stuff. He does a lot for that. So
yeah, overall, great dude.
Pretty awesome. Yeah, pretty awesome.
All right, I expect chat to light up here, but we'll see. Played for 17 seasons between 1998 and 2014. Played for the Athletics, Yankees, and Diamondbacks. 6-time Gold Glove winner and a Silver Slugger. Best known for winning 6 consecutive Gold Gloves and having the third highest fielding percentage all time for third baseman at 970. Who is that guy?
Yeah, we talk about him being like the original Matt Chapman.
Yep, so good.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, and I love every picture of him like fielding the ball to his side, the tongue sticking out. Everyone.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He was like Jordan dunking.
Yep. Would Derek Lowe be successful in today's game with that sinker? Hell yeah.
That sinker was gross.
Yeah.
That guy would make so many mistakes down the middle of the plate, and they just get pounded into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like frustrating as hell.
Yep. Nice. Everybody got this one. It is indeed Eric Chavez, not to be confused with Andy Chavez. But yes, it's Eric Chavez.
Eric Chavez, average of 268, 260 home runs, 902 RBIs, 342 OBP, and a 38.3 WAR. This guy had a run of 6 or 7 years where he was absolutely elite.
Not many third basemen were as fun to watch during this time as he was. You could not get anything by this dude in his prime. Nothing to his left, nothing to his right. Didn't matter if it hugged the line, he got it. Didn't matter if it was in the shortstop hole, he got it. It was something to watch. And as a third baseman myself, I was just like in awe. And just to be like, I'm never getting to that level of defense. And I was a pretty good defender, just never getting to that level of defense. It was insane and a blast to watch.
No, and also playing third base myself. Like I used to model a lot of my footwork after him. He had the jab step, and he was so, and also the drop step. One of the few third basemen actually take a drop step, or they would take a drop step before he went to the hole to get a better angle. Like everything he did was intentional and well thought out.
Yeah, crazy and instinctive all at the same time.
And he's so fast.
Yeah, nuts.
Just
great one.
Natural.
Love
all right,
dude.
I almost didn't put this one in, but I had to because everybody should get this one. Played for 18 seasons between 1995 and 2013. Played for the Yankees and Astros. 3-time All-Star, 5-time World Series champion. Best known for being MLB's all-time leader for playoff wins with 19 and innings pitched with 276 and 2/3. Who is that guy?
Stumped.
I know. I fully expect this one's going to light up on Facebook, though.
Oh, they're not even going to answer. It's going to be too easy.
Perfect. Just comment that a million times.
Well, they just go too easy and then they answer it wrong, which is those ones I love.
I wonder who AI would say that is.
Mike Mussina.
Yeah. Astros Yankees got to be Clemens.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is absolutely Andy Petit for sure. Andy Petit.
Yeah. You nailed that. Said that one right. Andy Pettit. record of 256 and 153 through 3,316 innings, 385 ERA, 2,448 strikeouts, and a 60.2 WAR. I put him on here because of all the Hall of Fame talk. I'm like, I'm just going to throw him on there.
So, is he?
I think yes. I think without the HGH, I think he's a Hall of Famer. 250 plus wins, his playoff performances, sub 4 ERA. I mean, I think that with 5 rings and 250 wins, you probably make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm with you for sure. Yeah. There they go. Yeah, I'm with you. It should be Hall of Fame. But we'll never know because these guys aren't getting in our lifetime, if they even get in.
No.
Yeah, these are the guys that are gonna get in 100 years. That, like, our grandkids are gonna look back and be like, oh, like, my family got to watch this guy. I wish I could have. Like, that's when these guys are going in. When it's like the dead ball committee comes up again, like for us, like the old guys in the 1900s that are coming up into the Hall of Fame. That's when we're gonna see these guys go in, when steroids are still like 100 years in the past. But again, I said it last show. I'm going to stand on it. Cheating's cheating. You have let cheaters into the Hall of Fame for different stuff. I don't understand why steroids and performance enhancing drugs are held to a different standard than everything else. I don't understand it.
Carlos Beltran just got elected, and he absolutely influenced the outcome of games.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the difference between the two. I really don't. The only thing I can think of is it was federally illegal, and maybe that's why it's a step up. But other than that, you cheat.
But yet none of these guys ever had charges brought. So, like,
yeah,
really, like, was it really that big a deal? I don't know. It's one of those things that will never make sense to me.
Nope, same.
But all right. So I think the layups are now out. Now we're going to start to go a little bit deeper here. So, all right. Played for 17 seasons between 1985 and 2001. Played for the Angels, Blue Jays, Marlins, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and Brewers. 3-time All-Star, 7-time Gold Glove winner, 3-time World Series champ. Best known for winning 5 consecutive Gold Gloves with the Blue Jays. Who is that guy?
Yes, that's my man.
Yeah.
Love this guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think he came up on a missing lineup a few months back.
Yeah, like a while back for sure. And Curtis, this is a great point. He's in. The ERA scared some. He owned his mistake, unlike others. And that should say something about the character clause right there. Listen, I knew what I did wasn't right. This is me admitting that. There should be some leniency for that for sure. I'm with you 1,000%.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys all got it. It is Devon White for sure. Ron Gant, not a bad guess, but not Ron Gant. But yeah, didn't need the pick. Yeah, Devon White. Nice job, guys.
Yep. So Devon White, career average of 263, 208 home runs, 846 RBIs, 319 OBP, and a 47.3 WAR. Such a big part of what they were doing in Toronto when they were winning.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Played for 11 seasons between 1997 and 2008. Played for the Cardinals, Giants, and Pirates. 2-time All-Star and Rookie of the Year runner-up in 1997. Best known for winning 22 games for the Cardinals in 2001, the first Cardinal to do that since Gibson. Who is that guy? Yes, sir.
All right. Not doing too bad this week so far. Not doing too bad.
No.
It's because we're not doing missing lineups. Missing lineups I'm so bad at.
Oh, it's hard because there's so many different variations and so many different teams some of these guys played for. You got to remember where they were when.
Right. Yeah, and from year to year, the teams are so different in some cases too.
See, I like these because you have the picture. So like maybe if I don't know the clues, I can at least fall back on the picture.
Yep. Yeah, we should start silhouetting these out or blurring them out and see what people are how they do it.
I think they'd be too hard.
You think so?
I think they'd be really hard.
I don't know. Not Andy Bennis, not
Good guess.
Westbrook.
Like I don't think you'd get this guy blurred or silhouetted. I think you need the picture.
Do you have any more M&Ms? Could you pass them?
Is this Zach's brother or Zach's buddy?
Yeah, it'd be his brother for sure.
Yeah. One of those guys that had a probably shorter career than he should have. Had really good stuff, but couldn't maintain it.
Early 2000s questions of my kryptonite. Those years were a blur. Why were you in college at that time, Ryan? Or yeah, this guy came up. I mean, him and Wainwright were around the same time, right? Maybe a little bit before.
A little before.
It's not Mark Mulder. That's a good guess. It's Eminem, but it's not Mark Mulder, or it's not Matheny. He was a catcher.
All right, I'm a Cards fan. I'm stumped. I like it. All right.
All right. This is Matt Morris. I'm going to end the suffering. Matt Morris.
Career record of 121 and 92. 1,806 innings pitched, a 3.98 career ERA, 1,214 strikeouts, and a 20.4 WAR. A guy who had that monster 22 win season and then never really put it back together.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, Matt Morris, good one.
All right, played for 14 seasons between 1982 and 1995. Played for the Blue Jays, Rangers, and Cardinals. Two-time All-Star, World Series champ, and Rolaids reliever of the year. Best known as the Blue Jays' all-time leader in saves, earning him the nickname the Terminator. Who is that guy?
It's the glasses for sure.
Yeah, say he's one of those guys that some people just seem to instantly know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he was like 6'5", just a massive dude, but he looks like he could have been doing your taxes.
Oh yeah, he threw gas. He threw gas too.
He did throw gas. One of the early guys to throw gas. Also because he was huge. Yeah, just a big lanky dude.
Yep, it helps for sure. Yeah, Ryan got it. It is Tom Henke for sure. Nice job, Ryan. Michael got it too. It is Tom Henke. I'm pretty sure I have this card somewhere too.
I'm pretty sure I do too. I saw the card. I'm like, man, I feel like I've seen this card a million times. Anyways, all right. Tom Henke, career record of 41 and 42, 311 saves, a 2.67 ERA, 861 strikeouts, and a 22.9 WAR. Big dude, threw hard. Looked like an accountant.
Yeah. He's one of the best pitchers I use in MLB The Show because he just throws gas with that devastating splitter. It's awesome.
Splitter was great. And that was like the early days for a splitter.
Yeah. Yeah. Curtis got it. Yeah. Ryan met Henke in 95. That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
All right. Played for 16 seasons between 1978 and 1995. Played for the Dodgers, Athletics, Rangers, Phillies, and Blue Jays. One-time All-Star, three-time World Series champion, and Clemente Award winner. Best known for going 2-0 with a 1.69 ERA to win the World Series MVP in 1989. Who is that guy?
Yes. This is a great one. I think depending on what era of baseball you're in, this is a layup for some.
Yeah, he's one that a lot of people will see immediately and recognize, and a lot of people will say, I don't know who that is. Yes, It is. Michael, I have that card also. Wouldn't be shocked if many of us have that in our collection somewhere.
Yeah. Good one. Yeah, it is absolutely Dave Stewart. Nice job, fellas. Yep. Good. Nice job. Stewart.
These old Don Russ cards with the cursive names.
Yeah.
Dave Stewart, career record 168, 129. He had 19 saves, 395 ERA, 1,741 strikeouts, and a 26.5 WAR.
Pretty dang good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. A guy's come up on the show a lot because he's played for a lot of teams. Played for 17 seasons between 1991 and 2007. Played for the Reds, Diamondbacks, Giants, Cardinals, Royals, Padres, Pirates, Braves. One-time All-Star, World Series champion. Best known as one of only 8 players with 300 home runs and 300 stolen bases. Who is that guy?
Nice.
Yes, sir.
He was also a missing lineup question for the Giants, I think, opening day. We had
Giants or D-backs. I can't remember which one, but yeah.
I think it was actually both. Now that you say that, I think we had him for both.
Yeah, I think I've used him a couple of times. He's you've run across him everywhere because he played for 8 teams.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Nice job, Ryan. It is Reggie Sanders for sure.
What amazes me is that for a guy that put up the numbers that he did, he just kept bouncing around.
Yeah. Yeah. Reggie, not Dion. I got you. I knew you were
Yeah, we knew.
Yeah. Reggie Sanders for sure. Nice.
Yeah, that was Reggie Sanders. Career average of 267, 305 home runs, 983 RBIs, 343 OBP, and a 39.8 WAR. Guy that consistently put up good numbers everywhere that he went.
Yep, I watched him a lot. WGN, right? Got to watch those National League teams. He'd come into Wrigley, destroy him, and then leave. So it was great.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
All right, we got a few more. Played for 18 seasons between 1986 and 2003. Played for the Pirates, Diamondbacks, Indians, Royals, and Mets. 2-time All-Star, Gold Glove, World Series champion. Best known for scoring the winning run in Game 7 of the 2001 World Series. Who is that guy? Reggie, not Colonel. Nice, Curtis. Yes, sir.
Yep. Good one. No one wears these flip glasses anymore.
Man, I had a pair of so Ken Griffey Jr. made the gargoyles really cool. They were the flip glasses that he wore. I had a pair of those back in travel ball in high school. Man, they were awesome.
Yeah, I never wore
them. They were so great because you just in the infield you don't need the glasses all the time, but when you look straight up, you need them.
I had terrible depth perception with sunglasses on. I couldn't catch the ball with them on. It was weird.
I used to hit with them on sometimes.
Yeah, no thanks.
I could hit with sunglasses on.
Nope. Yeah, Jay Bell, nice job. Yeah, you guys got it. Andy Van Slyke, not a bad guess, but he's in the outfield. Yeah, Jay Bell is correct. Nice job.
That is Jay Bell. Average of 265, 195 home runs, 860 RBIs, 343 OBP, and 37.2 WAR. All right, we got 2 more here, Nick.
All right.
Played for 12 seasons between 1986 and 1998. Played for the Padres, Reds, Royals, Athletics, Indians, and Tigers. A 1-time All-Star. Best known for tying the NL record with a hit in 10 consecutive at-bats in 1992. Who is that guy? This is a pretty decent pull, but a name that's come up on the show a couple of times. No. Close. Kind of similar player.
Oh my God, his face looks so familiar.
He was a missing lineup not that long ago.
Oh, yes, it is for sure. Nice, guys. Yeah, it is Biff Roberts.
That is for sure Biff Roberts.
Nice. I don't remember him with the Padres. He's only Reds in my eyes. He's only Reds in my eyes.
Yeah, so it's Biff Roberts. Average of 294, 30 home runs, 352 RBIs, 358 OBP, and a 20.5 WAR. I just love Bip. Like I just love. Yep. I love that.
Yeah. What is it short for?
I have
Is
no
it?
idea.
I mean, it's got to be on Baseball Reference, right?
Yeah, what it
Unless
actually
that's
is?
like his actual first name is
I don't
Bip.
I don't think so. Leon Joseph Roberts.
Yeah, Bip. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably like Mookie. It's just like a nickname that he picked up as a kid and kept it.
It just sticks. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Nice job, guys. You got that.
All right, last one. Played for 14 seasons between 1990 and 2003. Played for the Mets, Dodgers, and Cubs. Two-time All-Star. Best known for hitting the fourth most home runs in a single season in Mets history when he hit 41 in 1996. Who is that guy? Just connecting some trivia together, Nick.
Yes, that's all you're doing for sure. I was gonna say, yeah, it was definitely on. What did I have it? I had like the other top 4
Yeah.
listed, I think.
Yeah.
Of
This was
Mets
a
40
trivia
home runs.
question a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
It's like when I see those, I grab the guys off the list if I have them, and I try to throw them in down the road just to see if we can kind of make some connections.
Yeah.
Michael Bipperton Roberts the third.
For sure. Yeah, you guys got it. It is Mr. Hunley. Nice job. Good work. Yep, Todd Hunley.
Yeah. So Todd Hunley, career average of 234, 202 home runs, 599 RBIs, 320 OBP, and a 10.9 WAR. So,
yep,
not bad numbers for a catcher.
Not bad at all. Love it. Nice. All right. Well, you guys can come up with any topics you want to talk about. We got some time here. I got nothing else. Harrison, do you have anything else that you want to bring to the table?
I do not have anything kind of major, so I'll sit back for a minute. But there are a couple of like minor headlines I might bring up. But we'll see what chat's got.
Hunley's making a run at Moyer for total live appearances. Love it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. Yeah. Crazy. I mean, it is weird that we still have a lot of free agents left and we're 3 weeks out of pitchers and catchers. Like it really is.
Yeah, I feel like every year we have more of this like free agency bleed closer to spring training.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and along those same lines, so one of the articles I was going to mention is the fact that the Giants, who have really made no moves, really notable moves, I should say, this offseason, made a pretty aggressive trade offer to the Nationals for CJ Abrams that the Nationals turned down. But the general consensus that kind of came out of that article and that story is the fact that a lot of these front offices are not seeing value on the free agent market and they're pursuing trades instead. They don't like where the market's at and they'd rather go find guys, pluck them off other rosters.
I mean, it makes sense. Look at what they have to pay to these guys. It's wild.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one to bring up, Mike. Yeah, Bob Costas is doing supposedly the Sunday Night Baseball on NBC. A lot of people are happy with that. As long as it's not Joe Buck, I'm ecstatic. So I'm glad that Bob Costas is bringing that out. So check it out, man. Orioles still no pitching. Mets are signing anyone. Dodgers of the Evil Empire steady as she goes. Yeah, for sure.
Business as usual.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, Abrams would move to second if they. Yeah, I know that's an interesting one. I was thinking too, unless they were sending Adames back, but you just signed him in a free agent deal, so I don't know why you would send Adames back. So
yeah, no, he would play second base.
Play second base, yeah.
But the whole topic got me thinking. We've talked about it on the show a lot. Proven talent versus potential talent and all the differences there. But I think you're at a point now where I think there's a lot of value in these young players coming up. But at the same time, you can also package them up and go get somebody on an old contract, that's for less money. That's proven you can slide right in versus hoping that the young players work out.
And they're proven talent, right? Just like you said, like you're just hoping that these young guys can come through, right? And we know like the averages aren't good. Are they better than they used to be? Yeah, most of these kids are working out, more times than not now. But if I can go get somebody that's proven MLB talent that's ready, and I have a stockpile of prospects, there you go. Come fill the roster spot that I got. And I'm not spending $60 million a year for a player, which is still
crazy.
I've sat on that for a week and I still can't wrap my mind around Kyle Tucker being a $60 million a year player.
And nobody can. The general consensus is still like people don't understand what the hell they're doing, but they don't have to worry about it.
Right. Crazy.
But another one worth mentioning, and we talked about this when the news first came out, but Yu Darvish, we know Yu Darvish is out this year. And I had said when it first came out that I didn't think he'd pitch ever again. Well, Yu Darvish has come out and said that he is seriously considering voiding out the rest of his contract and just walking away. He wants to go through the process and the rehab and see how he feels. But his general consensus, if he feels any kind of resistance or difficulty in returning, he just won't. He is okay having this be the end of his career. He's not going to drag this out. He's not going to fight to stay in the game. He's done what he hoped to do, and he's very content going and just being a family man if this is a difficult rehab.
He's had a hell of a career, man.
He has.
I mean, it has been a blast to watch him and how he pitches with Texas, with Chicago, with San Diego. I don't blame the man. He's put in his time. And he's 39? Right? He's 39. So like I don't blame him, man. Like he's only 2 years younger than me, he's still doing it at a high level. Darvish's rookie year was 1946. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. At 39, if I was still playing and I started, like, it was harder and harder for me to get ready for games, to come back from rehab, is it worth it anymore? I don't know if it is. I mean, he's not going to be hurting for the rest of his life. The man got paid a couple times, so he's going to be okay.
Yeah, and his feedback was, he's focused on his rehab, just getting right. He wants to be able to, not have lingering issues forever.
Right.
And if he finds that through this process he can still throw a baseball, then he'll explore coming back.
Yeah.
But he's not putting any pressure on himself or his body to return.
Right.
And I think that's the right approach at his age. He's
1,000%.
doing what he needs to do. He's got kids. He spent a lot of years on the road, and he probably looks at it as, maybe this is a good time to walk away. And coming up in the face of a labor stoppage where there may not be a 2027 season anyways when he returns, might be a good time to just be like, I'm out. See ya. Yeah. And it was funny. Like, he's like, there's $43 million left from the contract. I haven't earned it yet. It's not even mine. I'm not walking away from anything.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm choosing to live my life.
Yeah. I'll miss a whirling Darvish for sure.
Yeah.
Hall, very good for you. Oh, for you. Got it. I got you. Darvish.
Yeah. As in Darvish.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it's and Framber goes to the Padres. Maybe he'd fit into the culture. Just bring him in. I mean, they need pitching. That actually, I don't hate that fit. I really don't.
He'd fit in great with those personalities in the clubhouse. They can just all be dinks together.
But you did see those comments about Mike Schilt that Mike Schilt said, right? He stepped down because he didn't want to be a principal anymore.
Yep.
He wanted to coach.
Yep.
So that tells me that clubhouse is also in not great shape.
Yeah, he was very happy to get out of there. And we've said that all along. Like, that clubhouse that's big personalities, huge egos, bigger contracts. And there's a reason that team can't win together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's clearly problems there.
Yeah. Yeah. When you don't listen to coaching, there's no path. There's no direction. Yes, their talent can get them there, but when they need somebody to steer them in the right direction, they got nobody that can do it because they don't want to, or they don't listen. So,
yep.
Crazy. Yeah, absolutely nuts. All right. Well, anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, I hope you all dig out if you're in the Northeast, and Harrison, hope you have fun snow blowing tomorrow.
Yay.
Um, yeah, I gotta go back into work tomorrow as the roads probably won't be clear until Thursday for us. So can't wait for that. But yeah, we'll see. So school's canceled for a month here, so it's pretty great. But so yeah, if you're buried, take it easy, be safe. You have to go out on the roads, be safe. Um, until then, we'll be on Thursday with hopefully some news to talk about. I mean, there wasn't much this weekend, so hopefully something something will pop up here. But um, we have some programming updates as we going forward too. Harrison's going to Florida. Just as the snow hits, he's like, "Yeah, I'm out of here. Bye."
See ya,
And
I've
so
had enough.
he's going to Florida. We have episode 300 coming up soon. We got a lot of stuff coming up, so keep an eye out for that. We probably aren't going to be on Super Bowl Sunday. We're not even going to try to contend with Super Bowl Sunday. So we'll probably move that to like a Monday night, or we'll just skip it and have episode 300 that following Thursday when Harrison gets back from Florida and after the Super Bowl to kick off baseball season, because nothing else will be in between that and opening day. So, well, I don't count the NBA and NHL. So, yes, it will be the last thing in our way for until baseball. So,
Once football is over, it's all about baseball.
that's right. So, we'll probably take Super Bowl Sunday off, be back that Thursday, but we will let you guys know on the page. So, keep an eye out for that. Again, thanks to you guys that come back episode after episode. Your support means more than you could ever know. Thanks for coming to my defense in the Facebook comments too. I saw a few of you in there. Um, we're not perfect. We try to be. You guys know we make mistakes, but again, we're not on here to try to make mistakes. Like, we're not trying to get engagement by making mistakes on purpose. And that's why everyone's like, "Oh, you're clown status, bro." It's like, okay, enough. Like, we're done with that. So, but just thank you for defending us in the comments. It does mean a lot. And yeah, just keep your eye on the page. Make sure you share, like our stuff, and continue what you're doing. Love you guys. See you Thursday. Appreciate it. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.